YouTube is LMERicoTv, man. I'm back with another video, man. Y'all see what we got going on. We got Innocence dropping a video titled JULIO FOOLIO, how the rapper was tracked and unalived from Jacksonville. So you guys already know what time it is, man. If you're brand new to the channel or you've been watching videos on the channel but not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right now. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, don't forget to turn on post notifications so you guys get notified when I drop new videos. With that said, though, man, let me go ahead and start this screen record. That's starting. We starting this video now.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. For this video, we're gonna be speaking on the major update within the JULIO FOOLIO case and the arrests that have been made. Now, this was a drill unlike anything we've ever seen. 4K surveillance video of the shooters, cinematic rainfall, this action figure looking ass dude. I mean, the production was so damn good it looked like Drew filmed it. But the reality is, the JULIO FOOLIO hit will go.
And it's crazy how all of that was captured that clear in video too, man. That's what was crazy. And the police didn't probably have to really do too much hard work for real to figure out who did it. So with that said, though, let's get back to the video.
Down in history, and sadly, will take more lives than one. June 26th, 2024, only 3 days after FOOLIO was ambushed, Jacksonville sheriffs observed a gold SUV speeding with dark tinted windows. Patrol lights were activated on the unmarked sheriff's vehicle and a traffic stop was conducted. The driver was identified as 18-year-old Sean Gaithright. The smell of marijuana was coming from the vehicle, but Sean denied having or smoking any. Sean would be asked to step out and would stand at the back of the vehicle while the deputy searched inside, finding a small bag with marijuana residue and mushrooms. A Glock 19 would be found in the center console, and in the back seats would be several bags of ammo along with firearm parts and accessories. Sean would be arrested and taken into custody, where he was taken to the Crime Gun Intelligence Center office for an interview. The very next day, Jacksonville sheriffs received actionable intelligence in reference to a conspiracy to commit murder.
Also, you guys can pause the video as well to read along the stuff he's showing on the screen, so that way you guys can read everything word for word, because I'm not gonna pause and read everything word for word. But let's get back to the video.
Based on the new info, a search warrant was obtained and immediately executed. Detectives arrived at a home located on Jacksonville's north side. They've been informed 21-year-old Isaiah
this
James,
neighborhood
21-year-old
quiet as hell
Andrews, and a baby were inside of the home. Surrounding the house, detectives began giving verbal commands over a PA system for the next 15 to 20 minutes before they surrendered.
Isaiah James, this is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We are in your front driveway. We have a warrant for your arrest. Come to your front door with nothing in your hand.
And they already knew once they looked outside, you was not gonna be able to run. They had too many people outside the house, and it wasn't even gonna take that long for them to get down on them for real if they really wanted to run. But other than that, this stuff really do look crazy. Like, it's storming outside. You ain't expecting nothing to be going on at this time of the day, for real. And the next thing you know, you got SWAT outside yelling on their microphone commands to somebody at their house, and it's crazy. But let's get back to the video.
We are not going away.
Once in custody, things would go
It made
on.
them sit outside too. They was
Monday,
like, we got to
July
sit outside for
29th,
y'all. Now we got to sit
2024,
outside.
The Tampa police chief, along with the sheriff of Jacksonville and the Hillsborough County state attorney, announced 3 arrests in the death of Charles Jones, aka FOOLIO. Alicia, Isaiah, and Sean were all being charged with first-degree premeditated murder, which under Florida law is punishable.
Yeah, it's over with for them.
A cookie?
Tough.
By death. They'd also be charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. But Sean,
Y'all comment down below what y'all think gonna happen with their case. Like, y'all think they just gonna get life, or do y'all think they gonna get the full consequence of pretty much death? Pretty much that's what's being allowed for their case because of the way it happened and stuff. So you guys comment down below how y'all feel like this whole situation gonna go for them. But now let's get back to the vid.
The youngest of the three would face additional charges. And by additional, I mean 3 counts of attempted premeditated murder with a firearm and tampering with physical evidence. 2 other men would be named and listed as wanted for murder. 30-year-old Rashad Murphy and 27-year-old Davion Murphy. The 2 cousins and Sean are accused of being the 3 shooters who ambushed Foolio's car, leaving him dead and 3 others injured. They'd be captured on hotel surveillance along with cameras from a parked Tesla. On the day of the murder, Isaiah and his girlfriend...
I didn't even know Tesla could record video as well, even when you're not using the car or even if it's not turned on. So that's something new for real to know. So with that said, let's get back to the video.
Alicia tracked and followed Foolio to 2 separate locations in Tampa. At each location, they got out of their vehicle and Isaiah used the cell phone. After the cell phone communication, suspects in a second vehicle arrived at each location. Both vehicles then followed JULIO FOOLIO from a club to the hotel. One of the vehicles would drive by Foolio's parked car twice, seemingly confirming which car he was in. Then, 3 armed shooters exited their vehicle and opened fire, killing Foolio with the handgun and 2 rifles. Surveillance footage, license plate readers, and car logs would identify 2 vehicles to the suspects. Law enforcement is well aware JULIO FOOLIO was from 6 Block and rivaled rapper Yungeen Ace, who was ATK. ATK being short for Aim to Kill, or Ace's top killers. Come to find out, Isaiah is a documented member of ATK, while the Murphy cousins are documented members / affiliates of another gang known as 1200, with both ATK and 1200 being allies. The war between the 2 gangs...
And you already know this is gonna look bad for him just because they already know that he connected to these sides. So with that said, he pretty much gonna be under a close eye of the police. But I already know they said that they gonna watch everything he doing. He can't even come back over there without them knowing type shit. And he can't even really protect his own life. He can't really take those steps to protect his own life for real like any other civilian is supposed to be able to do. So that is crazy. They really want to see something possibly happen to him. But that's what pretty much is coming with this type of lifestyle. The police, they seeing all these killings and stuff. They pretty much want all the people that's involved to either get put in jail or pretty much dead somewhere because they don't want innocent civilians getting hurt in any of these situations for real. So with that said, they don't really care or really show too much concern for anybody involved for real because at the end of the day, all this stuff is pretty much possibly going on because of them. Well, not possibly, but y'all know what I'm saying. But other than that, let's get back to the video.
Has been going on well over a decade, resulting in dozens of murders on both sides, and now law enforcement believes all of the listed suspects work together to track and kill JULIO FOOLIO. Isaiah would be more commonly known as Gutta Zay, and his one and only rap video would eerily resemble the night Foolio was killed, even though it was recorded 10 months prior. His girlfriend, Alicia, is rumored by fans to have been one of the females at JULIO FOOLIO's Airbnb party. Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, with the help of U.S. Marshals,
and females gotta realize now, if you backdooring people, it's gonna be a bad look for a lot of females that just want to go to these parties or be around people that they know is involved in this type of lifestyle for real, because at the end of the day, you can't really trust nobody. So with that said, it's just not a good look for females to be involved with these type of situations just because of the simple fact you could put a target on your back, people around you, and anything can happen. Or just the simple fact, a lot of females is just not gonna be trusted off jump. So with that said though, man, y'all gotta really think about these things before y'all do them, because at the end of the day, if you get caught up in a situation like this, it's not gonna be a good ending for real. It's just not But other than that, let's get back to the vid.
Jacksonville sheriffs were able to locate Rashad Murphy in an apartment complex in southwest Jacksonville after midnight. SWAT would arrive at the scene as it was now a standoff, with Rashad refusing to come out and allegedly on FaceTime with his girlfriend with a gun to his own head. Rashad would eventually surrender and placed into custody, and at this time,
whether that be serving life or, like they said, the full extent
as far as Sean,
death.
Not much is known about the 18-year-old, but what is known is in his arrest report he was arrested for speeding, found with drugs and a gun, and was transported to an interview room. The next day, Jacksonville sheriffs received actionable intelligence in reference to a conspiracy to commit murder. Now it's too early to know for sure, but for Sean to get arrested for something unrelated, and the very next day sheriffs have enough info to grab Isaiah and Alicia, it sounds like Sean may have already folded in the case. With him being the youngest involved,
and a lot of people, from what I seen, felt like too, even me included, felt like it was gonna be the female, just because once she get told all these things, that's pretty much over for her, like she can't see her family or be able to do this and that anymore, then I pretty much felt like a lot of people felt like she was gonna be the one to start really telling on everybody involved. So, but that said, if he did do it, then shoot, he pretty much did the job for everybody else, pretty much. Well, for Alicia from having to tell herself. So now all the attention gonna be on him as possible person that pretty much told everything. So other than that though, we just gotta wait and see how this all goes and unfolds, just because we don't really know the full conclusion yet to this. So that said though, man, let's get back to the vid.
and now accused as being a shooter, it wouldn't be that hard to imagine, but we'll just have to wait and see how the case plays out. Now, in the beginning of the video, I told y'all that the Julio Foolio hit is going to take more lives than one. And what I mean by that is, they're not gonna get out of this situation. I don't like it. Apparently, allegedly, there's been a lot of unfollows regarding the people that have been arrested. I'm not gonna get into who unfollowed who, because the police are gonna put all this shit together. And the amount of evidence that a lot of people on YouTube are trying to put together, like, oh, this dude's not in this gang, he's really in that gang. Let the police figure that out. You don't have to do it for them unless you're really just trying to get a badge. Let them figure it out. They're saying one of them is this gang, let it be. They're saying this is how it happened. No, this is how it. Let them figure it out. We don't have to piece it together. We piece it together when we get the paperwork, because that's what they got. We're not giving them new information. We're using the information that they got. But I'll say this, seeing everything we've seen and not even getting into everything that they have as far as the police, I don't see them getting out of this situation. I don't see them, for one, having the money to fight this case. For two, the cell phone log.
I often say it's gonna come down to having the phones with them around these times, around the time that this happened, and then on top of that, messages, into them following each other before they started unfollowing each other all over social media, et cetera, stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure 12 got a whole lot of evidence that they know can be used to pretty much put them away forever, or do what they got to do with the full extent of the law. So with that said, let's get back to the vid.
That they're about to put together are gonna trace them all the way from Jacksonville to Tampa, to each location Foolio was at, and then obviously leading up to the murder. It's gonna be similar to the YNW Melly case, how they were able to use T-Mobile to track his cell phone location. They are able to tell when your vehicle is stopped or moving. This case is gonna be, I don't wanna say quick. I can just imagine that some of them are gonna try to plea out early. In order to do so, they're gonna have to snitch, gonna have to cooperate. Some of them are gonna get fucking punished. And there's gonna be no leniency, there's gonna be no plea. It's gonna be straight up life sentences. Now, premeditated murder, you can get executed in the state of Florida. So that's kind of the deal. Hey, we can strap you down to a table and execute you with a needle, or you can plea out to life in prison. What do you want to do? Usually people are gonna plead out to life in prison. Not too many people are beating the death penalty, and if they do beat the death penalty, they still end up punished with life in prison. So there's not too much going around this shit. Seeing how everything went down, you know, it was alleged that the rifles had shell catches, so none of the casings would be left at the scene. Some of it seems very planned, some of it seems very sloppy. Not everyone thought everything through. Why they would have a female riding around with dude dropping locations to the other guys, like they're not gonna put all that together. I don't know. But it just goes to show you how thirsty they were to catch Julio Foolio. Now, everybody's biggest question, what's gonna happen with Young and Ace? I don't fucking know. I don't necessarily see a direct tie to Young and Ace other than the fact that he knows motherfuckers involved. But do I think that he sent it? No. Why? Well, because he was overly confident. The second it happened, he's dropping music videos and taking full advantage of the situation. If I had just did something or played a major role in some shit and it happened, I'm not saying a fuck thing. I'd be like, damn, that sucks. I had nothing to do with it. But if I didn't have nothing to do with it, I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm gonna take full advantage. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's an artist. He's been dissed multiple times. Julio Foolio's biggest disses are dissing Young and Ace's closest people that were killed right in front of him. So nobody can understand Young and Ace's pain. Nobody can say, oh, you should be the bigger person and nah.
And from my understanding, they never caught the people that pretty much unalived his friends in front of him. So with that said though, man, I'm not justifying him doing what he's doing, but this is to be expected, man. You've been beefing with somebody for a minute. They've been dissing you and the people that you had lost in this lifestyle. So it's like, how do you tell somebody how to feel coming out of that? You really can't. So with that said though, man, 12-2, they not finna immediately do anything to him just because they know he's been beefing with him, etc., etc. They're gonna do this carefully. They not gonna overdo anything because they pretty much got everything they need to put away the people that was really involved. They not really saying that it was some other people at play that's not really talked about yet, but right now they got the people that they really needed. So with that said, like he pretty much said, we just gotta wait and see how this whole situation, with this case go and how it concludes at the end of the day, because at the end they gonna have everything talked about and exposed on public records. So with that said though, man, let's get back to the vid. The vid is almost over.
Fuck that. You just witnessed 3 of your closest people get killed and you almost died. I don't know what is gonna happen in this case. I'm obviously intrigued and I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Do I think Young and Ace played a role? I'm gonna say no. And I'll let y'all argue that or agree with it. We'll see in the comment section how it goes. But this is gonna be something that's very drawn out. This isn't gonna be a quick case. This isn't gonna be said and done. It's only gonna get worse. And by worse, I mean there may be more arrests. And the more evidence that comes out, we're gonna be able to form a better opinion on how we think this case will go. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090J.
Yeah, the video pretty much over, but you guys comment down below what y'all pretty much think is gonna happen with this whole case right now, and so on and so forth. And also don't forget to smash that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. As y'all see, I'm on the ground in 7K. Hopefully I hit that very soon. And also don't forget to turn on post notifications so you guys get notified when I drop new videos. With that said though, man, that's the end of the vid, and I'm gonna catch you guys later on with more, so stay tuned. Peace.